Going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back. I do appreciate the support. Guys, we got another child that has fell victim to the internet highway of predators or predation. Today I want to talk about a story out of Dundalk, Maryland, which is, I think it's a somewhere out there in Baltimore County, Maryland. Shout out Baltimore County. And it's about a 12-year-old girl that was violated, if you understand what I'm saying, at a Wawa parking lot. And this is something you got to see to believe. I mean, the guy is 20 years old. And I told you, a lot of times there are people out here, they may be adult in age, but in mindset, they're children, and they go after what they connect with the age range of their mental capabilities. Ladies and gentlemen, this man supposedly drove and picked this chick up not once, but twice. 2 separate days. The second day, he struck really hard. This is crazy. Take a look at this, and we'll come back with a brief commentary.
A disturbing story tonight. Forest Hill man facing a number of charges after allegedly raping a child behind this Wawa in Baltimore County.
20-year-old Jason Arnold is being held without bail after allegedly meeting the 12-year-old victim online.
Ashley Paul has been following this story very closely, joining us now live with more on these disturbing details. Ashley, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Rick. Good evening, Nikki. Well, according to charging documents, it all happened behind this Wawa here. And tonight we're learning this is not the first time that Arnold has been charged with rape.
I think certainly it's fair to say that there's a real increase in contact between kids this age and then predators who are going to try to solicit them for sex.
Dr. Jennifer Golbeck, a professor at the University of Maryland, says it's something we're seeing more and more of due to the popularity of social media. And that may have been the case at this Wawa on North Point Boulevard, when 20-year-old Jason Arnold allegedly met up with a 12-year-old girl that he met on Snapchat to have sex.
Before social media, it would have to be someone who met you in person and cultivated that. Here, they can do it, easily and quickly without anybody else knowing.
Charging documents allege Arnold picked the girl up at her home on Sunday, brought her to the Wawa, and parked behind the dumpster. Arnold allegedly kissed and touched the girl inappropriately, but the interaction was interrupted by the victim's brother after family members traced her location to the Wawa. Arnold then allegedly picked the girl up again early Monday morning and brought her back to the Wawa, where he allegedly kissed her and touched her inappropriately again before having sex with her. When the girl tried to stop him, he allegedly forced her to perform oral sex. Tonight, we're learning Arnold was charged with rape in Harford County in 2024 also. Details surrounding that arrest were not immediately available. But Dr. Goldbeck says even though social media platforms do have safety measures in place to prevent this sort of thing, parents really need to keep an eye on what their kids are doing online.
But yeah, the parents really do have to be involved, in trying to do what they can to keep the kids safe while also giving them the freedom that they need.
Now, Arnold is charged with 2 counts of first-degree rape of a child and 4 counts of second-degree rape without consent. He's being held without bond. On your corner, I'm Ashley Paul, WJZ.
Disturbing allegations in Dundalk as police say a man raped a 12-year-old girl in a Wawa parking lot. Fox 45's Keith Daniels is digging into the charging documents.
He joins us live with an update on this investigation and the suspect's background. Keith.
Well, Maxine and Kai, the suspect is Jason Arnold of Forest Hill. Police arrested him Tuesday, and now, according to our partners at the Baltimore Sun, he's a recently released sex offender who faced similar accusations in Harford County. He's just out of jail in July in that case, and tonight, what the charging documents are revealing in these latest allegations. Baltimore County Police say the alleged crime unfolded at this Wawa parking lot on North Point Boulevard in Dundalk. The rear of the store, near a dumpster and bushes, a 12-year-old girl raped.
It's shocking. I just don't understand what's going on in the world nowadays.
Customers at the store disturbed by the news.
It's happening to even younger children than that, and that's what's so scary. Why I'm scared for my grandkids, even my grandboys, you know, because you're hearing about stuff happening to boys too.
I mean, it's just catching you off guard. You don't really suspect it, something very close to your house or whatever. I live like a mile away.
Accused of the crime, 20-year-old Jason Arnold. According to charging documents obtained by Fox 45 News, Baltimore County Police wrote the child met Arnold on Snapchat, who said his name was JJ and told her he was 16, then later 17 years old. Investigators say the girl snuck out of her home Monday night, met Arnold, who drove her to the Wawa parking lot. Once there, police say he kissed the girl, then forced her into sexual acts with the child at one point, according to police, screaming, "No, stop." Frustrated, police say he drove the girl home, who told her family what happened.
The charges are obviously horrific.
Dr. Courtney Fisher is a victimology expert and senior lecturer with the University of Maryland Department of Criminology and Criminal Justice. While it's not clear in the charging documents how the girl met Arnold on Snapchat, which suggests to users who to connect with, Fisher calls social media a, quote, hunting ground for predators looking for younger people.
If that is your interest, if that is what you're interested in, you can target your searches, target who you follow, and the algorithms are going to help you get into contact with folks that have your same interests. It makes things very easy. It makes people very accessible.
Well, police say Arnold had also met the child the day before the alleged attack. That's when investigators say the girl's brother took a picture of Arnold's license plate, which helped police track him down. We're live tonight. Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
All right, guys. There you have it. Another predator out in the streets. Mission accomplished and arrested, only to get a slap on the wrist again. Watch and see. The justice system don't want to deal with this type of stuff. They don't. And they don't care about anybody. And proof of that is how they treat these rape situations, whether it's a kid or not. See, the penalty and laws on this is so pity-pat to where offenders become multiple career offenders. Let's look at the facts. This guy had a rape case in 2024 last year, and he's on the street. That in itself lets me know all I need to know about the justice system or how they handle people that do this type of stuff, violate people out there in Baltimore and other areas. Fact number 2, he was arrested this past Tuesday, right? Now watch this. He told this girl he was 16, then he told her he was 17. See, he knew what he was doing was wrong. So what he did is he tried to, lessen it by saying his age. 16 years old is still too old to be messing with a 12-year-old girl. Then you say you're 17, that makes it even worse to me. He had her sneak out the house. Met her on Snapchat. Of course she did. Met up with her twice. First time he got frustrated with her. Of course she wouldn't do what he said, which is a shaming type tactic. He drove her home. He guilted her, got her to get back out. The next day, brother took a picture of his license plate the day before, and he goes over there and picks her up. This time he goes for the kill. He not going to take it no more. Stop bullshitting to a kid. A kid. Now, I want to bring up 3 things about this that anger me and why I say he need to be shot in his face now, regardless of his age. 20 years old, I knew not to touch no 12-year-old. How about any of y'all? So we're not going to play that fucking game about, oh, well, people don't know it. People are different now. Age is age. Responsibility is responsibility. And human beings are human beings. And we all know a 20-year-old should not be nowhere near no 12-year-old on an intimate type level. Let's go over first point. Like I said, he's 20 in 2024. He did this already. Didn't learn his lesson. They gave him a slap on the wrist. They shot him a break. And here he is back on the street doing the same thing. People don't learn. The old punishments ain't working. They need to be replaced with new, harsher ones. Now this guy's in trouble again. And whoever gave him this break and signed that shit off, they need to be held responsible, accountable for this. Because if they had did their job and eviscerated this son of a bitch in the first place, this wouldn't have happened. Now, they use children's curiosity. This is point number 2. Children's curiosity, they use it against them to gain control over them. Perfect example is this. I'm 16, 17. You remember when we was younger, we all wanted to what? Be older or be recognized as being older. That's why younger kids can get recruited into gangs and all type of stuff, because they want acceptance by older people to make them feel as though they're not as restricted as they may be at home or whatever, and be appreciated. Whatever that means in the streets. I'm more than sure when this guy was on the phone with her and talking, connecting back and forth. Oh, you too young. You a baby. You this, you that. Probably used that shaming tactic to get her out the house that second time. You think about it. These guys come in there, these girls be going through their little hormonal changes like little boys be going through their changes, and they be a big brother or a father figure or a shoulder to cry on. You keep telling them they right, and then they become to lean on you as a support system, and you draw them in until it's too late. How devious is that? Messing with the growth and development of a child, both physically and mentally. All for satisfactory gain through sexual means. Why is he alive? We need to start looking at this shit for what it is. A lot of times they say, oh, well, no real damage was done physically. Yeah, it was if rape was involved. And it damn sure is mental damage. Psychological abuse. So what's the difference? Hurt is hurt. Especially from somebody that willfully does it. Look at this one. This is the part that fucked me up. He took her to the rear of a public Wawa store. Shout out Wawa. They don't have it out here, but they got good hoagies. But anyway, to a back of a Wawa gas station convenience store. Near the bushes by a dumpster. Like, that's not going to cause any type of alarm if police patrolling go back there and see that car parked next to dumpsters in the bushes by itself when all the cars are parked out front. That's number 1. Number 2 is this. You ever notice these predators? They do everything they can to get the girl, and there's always a plan A, but no plan B. Your plan A is to get the girl or whoever, and then plan B is you ain't got nowhere to take them. I guarantee you this motherfucker don't live on his own. He ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. That's why he got the fucking cars in bushes near trash dumpsters. As a father, I'd be mad at my child, but I would also be mad that this is a young man, still a man, and he treated her like that. Where a guy takes you, a lot of times is reflective of how he feels about you at that present time. He saw her as a plaything, something he could use and throw away, and he took her next to a dumpster or bushes where people litter. See that? See the semblance? I tear his fucking face off. That's real rap. 20 years old, and you done already got 2 rape cases. One of them's a 12-year-old girl. The fuck out of here. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Temptations are always going to pull at your children, especially nowadays with the internet highway and stuff like that. But I mean, come on, man. Nowadays, they don't even care. Broad daylight, people are just doing whatever they want. And it seems like those in power that we pay taxes to and pay the fees for protection of ain't doing nothing about it. In my case, in my opinion, that's the biggest crime out here.